Hey guys, Tim here with the Long Haired Gardener, and today I was going to take you on a walk to look at some neighborhood gardens, but it turns out I am going to have to clean up this mess in my backyard instead. So let me turn you around here and show you what happened. So last night we had a little storm and I came out here to check on the garden, and my tree limb broke off that has my spheres, so gonna have to find another place for these and also clean up this mess. This is not good. I think you can see the balls down in there. This was a pretty big branch, so I'm surprised that that broke. So I'm just gonna come in here and remove some of these branches away from some of these plants that are being crushed, like my poor coneflower. I am not sure where I'm going to put these balls now. So I had briefly talked about this tree before. This is the Kwanzan cherry tree. I think I've showed it to you. I know I've showed it to you when it's in bloom. It's very beautiful while in bloom. It does create a blanket of petals everywhere, which is not always fun. But another thing is that these branches are very weak. And so I do find broken branches back here all the time in my garden. And as you can see right here, looks like this is rotting. So my point is, this tree is also not very strong. So maybe I shouldn't have put these balls from the tree, but you know, where else was I gonna put them? So I guess we'll find out. Let me try to cut this off. So this is what's gonna happen, because I can't do this one-handed with the camera. Let me remove this tree branch, and then we will come in here and take a look at the damage and maybe figure out where I'm going to put these balls. Okay, so here's the tree. Like I said, this is like, you know, this is at least 3.5 inches across here, and especially up where it broke off. This is a pretty substantial limb, but I guess it could not take the weight of these balls, and I have to say, these are not light, especially after a heavy rain. But it looks like these are in pretty good shape. I mean, look at this begonia. If y'all are familiar with begonias, I think you know how brittle these stems are, and didn't even break. The only major damage is this hosta down here, which is just crushed into oblivion. And you know, some of the purple heart, but somehow completely missed this planter and, you know, these guys over here. So not terrible, But now I need to figure out where am I going to put these balls. While we're here, let's just take a look. We've been getting a crazy amount of rain, and my baby's tears apparently does not like the rain. This looked fine 2 days ago, and now it is completely rotted. So that's not too happy about all of the rain. And while we're here, let's take a look at my pineapple. It's looking pretty good. My cannas, they are enjoying the rain. Everything else is doing good. Oh, we do have the first rotted chicks and hens. They do not like the rain, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out there while I see it. I did plant some basil seeds, and that is coming along. I think brown-eyed Susan and coneflower are finally opening up. Everything else looks pretty good. I think I mentioned this before. A lot of foliage going on over here, maybe too much. And I'm a little disappointed that my banana tree is losing its spots, losing its like brown speckles that it had in there. It's kind of just turning all green right now, which is, you know, it's fine, but as you can see, it's already in a sea of green cannas, and there's a elephant ear in there, so I was hoping for a little bit of variety. Like I was mentioning with the tree, like this is pretty common. I don't show me picking these up, but this is pretty common of this tree to have these little branches everywhere. It's kind of crazy. I chose a lot of plants that are drought resistant because it's usually hot, which it is. It's like 90 every day. And last year I had trouble keeping up with watering, so I thought I would be proactive and get drought resistant plants, at least some of them. And now we're just getting buckets of rain all the time, and my new fear is that things are gonna rot. So every year is different, and just rolling the dice here. I guess that's somebody's music. I thought somebody was yelling. Okay, let's now try to figure out where I want to put these balls. There aren't a lot of options, and frankly the limbs are all about the same thickness. Okay, this has quickly turned into a disaster because I knocked over this large sphere, crushing more hostas and spilling soil everywhere. So I got that all back together, and I think for now all I'm going to do is just sit these spheres in the garden. They're just sitting on top of pots, because I think I do not want to deal with trying to find a new limb right now. It's too hot, and I think I'm frustrated by what happened here. But I did pull out my split leaf philodendron, and it's looking very nice. So I thought we would take a look at it. And also, it's just a war zone back here. My baby's tears decided they were unhappy with how much water they were getting. So I am also tempted to maybe, do I want to cut this back? Or do I just want to Well, if you look down here, there is some new growth coming. I was going to completely rip this out and put something else in, but maybe let's just try trimming this back. I really like this plant and I don't want to give up on it, but wow, this is looking kind of rough. But I do see some new growth. Maybe we'll just cross our fingers and hope something happens here. Oh, but I'm not super hopeful. What I think I could do is maybe just break off a few pieces of another plant and stick it in there as like an insurance policy, just in case. What's going on over here? I'm telling you, this, let's see, okay, 2.5 inches of rain, and it was not gentle. Okay, because I can't be satisfied here with waiting, I'm going to go ahead and just pop in a few little starts of this Tradescantia that I have. So 2 of these were actually, I'm just dipping it in some rooting hormone here to give it a little extra help. 2 of these were from the spheres that just fell up over, and they are already starting to root, I think, a little bit. So we're going to put them in here. This is one of them. It's these little tiny things here above my fingernails, the little roots, that's what I'm talking about. So hopefully that will be enough to catch. So we'll see what happens. We left the baby's tears in the pot, trimmed it back. There is some growth at the bottom there, but just in case, maybe we'll have some Tradescantia growing up around it. Was very tempted to put some of this portulaca in, but that's probably too close, too much of the same plant beside each other. Let's walk in here. Looks like we lost an elephant ear, so I'm just gonna break that off. Probably should have used scissors. Really pretty leaf. And while we're here, look at how nice this begonia vine is doing. I think it almost wants to climb up that tree. Okay guys, that's everything for today. It's a very short video, not what I planned on doing today, but we needed to make some adjustments here in the backyard. So cross your fingers for me that hopefully this all turns out, and maybe by the next garden update back here, I will have hung these balls back up in the tree somewhere. But like I said, I think today I just need to let them sit here, and we'll see what happens. All right, thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next garden video. Have a great day.